Let's have a look at the angles of elevation and depression. First of all, the angle of elevation. Angle of elevation is the amount of degrees you have to look up from the horizontal to see an object up in the sky somewhere. So if you were standing here and looking straight ahead, the number of degrees you have to lift your eyes to observe an object over here, that would be the angle of elevation. Okay, so it makes an angle with the horizontal. Okay, and it's that angle in there, as you can see from the diagram. Okay, the angle of depression is the amount of degrees you have to lower your eyes to look at something down lower. So as elevation is looking at something up higher, depression is looking at something down lower. So you're looking straight ahead in that direction, and you might be on top of a cliff or up in a tree or on a three-story building or something, and you're looking down at an object further down, maybe on the ground. So once again, it's an angle made with the horizontal. That's the angle of depression. Now, because horizontal lines are parallel, you have alternate angles like that. So in any of these questions where you've got two parallel lines and you've got that familiar Z shape, those two angles there and there will be equal. So for example, if that was 30 degrees, that angle there would also be 30 degrees. They're called alternate angles. Let's have a look now at an angle of elevation question. From a point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of the tree is 50 degrees. So we haven't got the point P labelled, so I'll label it there. And once again, to see the top of the tree, or from that point, the top of the tree, the angle that is made between the ground and the top of the tree is 50 degrees. That's the angle of elevation. If P is 8 metres from the tree, so there we've got that 8 metres from the tree, find the height of the tree correct to 2 decimal places. So we're going to find H, the height of the tree. Sometimes it pays to draw this triangle again, so that's what I'm going to do now. So got the height of the tree, distance from the point to the base of the tree, and you've got your hypotenuse there. So we've got 50 degrees, 8 metres, and we've got to find H. So now it becomes like the questions we've been doing in class, finding sides. So now we look at our SOHCAHTOA rules. Sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan equals opposite over adjacent. So here, with 50 degrees being our angle, we're dealing with the opposite, which is H, and the adjacent, which is 8. So we're going to use tan. So the rule here would be that tan 50 degrees equals opposite, which is H, over adjacent, which is 8. Because the unknown H there is at the top of the fraction, we multiply 8 by tan 50. H equals 8 times tan 50 to 2 decimal places. That will be 9.53 metres. So the height of the tree is 9.53 metres. Okay, this one here is drawn without a diagram. Okay, now with these, it actually helps to draw the picture of the situation that's going on. So I'm going to draw it as we go. A man with an eye level of 1.8 metres stands at the window of a tall building. Okay. All right, so let's say here's our building. There. Okay, and we're at a window, which is here. And we've got a man standing here. Okay, eye level of height of 1.8 metres. Actually, I'll just draw that window a little bit bigger. Just draw it a little bit bigger. Okay. Now, we've got a man standing here at the window. So, like so. And his eye height of 1.8 metres. Okay. So, there's going to be a distance there from where he's standing to the top of his eye line of 1.8 metres. There. He observes his young daughter in the playground below. If the angle of depression from the man to the girl is 47 degrees and the floor on which the man stands is 27 metres above the ground, how far from the bottom of the building is the child? So there's a lot of words there, right? So we need to sort out what's going on here. Right, so let's have a look here. And here's the daughter on down here at ground level. We'll just put there D for daughter at the moment. Okay, and we'll also just draw a line. I'll just extend the building just a little bit there. And we'll draw a line out to there, to where the daughter is. The man is 27 metres above the ground. Okay, so that means, let's change colour for a moment, that distance there to the ground, there to the ground, there to there, that's 27 metres. All right, and then we've got the man standing at the window whose eye line is 1.8 metres tall. Now the angle of depression from the man to the girl is 47 degrees. So let's see if we can draw a line there. There we go. And I'll just go back to the green colour. Draw a line down to there. And the man to look at the girl, he's going to look down 47 degrees. So he's going to lower his eyes 47 degrees. Let's mark that in. Okay, now I talked earlier in the video about that Z shape. Okay, I've got two parallel lines there. So if that's 47 there, that angle there, then this angle in the other corner of the Z will also be 47. Okay, how far from the bottom of the building is the child? So there's the bottom of the building, there. Okay, we can call that B if you like, for the bottom of the building. So this is what we're trying to find here, the distance from the bottom of the building to his daughter. Right, sometimes pays now to actually draw the triangle that we're dealing with out by itself. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I'll change maybe to a blue colour so it stands out. This is the triangle we are now dealing with. So there, there to there. We're trying to find X. Okay, and we had an angle in there of 47. And now, this side of the triangle, we've got 27 and 1.8. Okay, so 27 and 1.8. If we add those together, we get 28.8. Remember, it's the distance from the ground to the bottom of the floor, and then the extra 1.8 up to the eye line of the person looking. So that's going to be 28.8. So once again, this looks like a tan question because we've got opposite and adjacent. All right, so tan 47 equals 28.8 over X. Swap places there. X equals 28.8 over tan 47 degrees. There we go. So now on the calculator, 28.8 divided by tan 47 we get 26.85 metres. Okay, so remembering we divided there because the unknown, the x, is on the bottom of the fraction. When we have that situation, we swap those two over. See where my arrow is there? And we go x equals 28.8 over tan 47. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is a couple of examples of angles of elevation and angles of depression.